Imagine being in a place where the temperature routinely plunges below -40 degrees Celsius, where the sun disappears for months and the howling wind feels like ice cutting through your skin. Now, picture living in this icy wasteland without the luxury of modern heating systems. Impossible, right? But for thousands of years, the Sami people have been thriving in the harshest conditions on Earth, the Arctic. So, how have they managed to survive the brutal winters? Today, we'll take you on a journey into the heart of the Arctic to explore the incredible techniques the Sami use to stay warm and alive in one of the most unforgiving climates on Earth. And you might just find that their survival methods are not as far from our reach as you might think. Let's set the stage. The Sami people inhabit one of the most extreme climates in the world. They live across the Arctic regions of Norway, Sweden, Finland, and parts of Russia. The winters here are harsh and unrelenting. In these northernmost territories, the sun disappears for months at a time, leaving the land cloaked in a never-ending night. In winter, temperatures regularly plummet to -40 degrees Celsius and below, while strong winds whip across the snow-covered plains. Surviving in such an environment would be impossible for most people, but the Sami have adapted. For thousands of years, they have relied on a deep understanding of their surroundings and a set of unique survival skills that have been passed down from generation to generation. These are not just people who have learned to endure the cold. They've learned to live with it. The key to their survival lies in their ancient knowledge of the land, animals, and weather patterns. They've developed techniques that allow them to stay warm, find food, and stay safe in a place where nature is at its most extreme. Today, these techniques are not only a testament to their endurance and resourcefulness, they also provide valuable lessons for us all. The first line of defense against the harsh Arctic winters is the Sami home. But unlike the insulated houses we know today, the traditional Sami shelter is known as the lavvu, a conical, tent-like structure that's as efficient as it is simple. Constructed with wooden poles and covered with reindeer hides or other weather-resistant materials, the lavvu is designed to keep the warmth in and the cold out. The design of the lavvu is ingeniously suited for the cold environment. The conical shape helps to keep the structure stable in high winds, which are common in the Arctic. Additionally, the sloped sides of the tent allow snow to slide off naturally, preventing it from accumulating and adding unnecessary weight to the structure. At the heart of every lavvu is a fire. Small, controlled, and incredibly efficient. A fire is the lifeblood of the Sami home, providing heat, light, and the ability to cook. Unlike modern homes that use electricity and gas for heating, the Sami use a small fire pit, often made from stones or clay, to keep the lavvu warm. The fire is carefully maintained, ensuring that it doesn't burn too hot, which would make the interior uncomfortably warm. The reindeer hides that cover the walls of the lavvu act as natural insulation, trapping heat inside the structure. The floor of the lavvu is also lined with animal skins, often reindeer fur, which adds another layer of warmth. The combination of the fire and these materials makes the lavvu an efficient heater, keeping the inside warm even when temperatures drop outside. The fire inside the lavvu also plays a crucial role in keeping the tent dry. In Arctic environments, moisture can quickly freeze, but the fire ensures that the air inside remains dry. If the air becomes too humid, the walls of the lavvu can freeze, compromising its insulation. By regulating the fire, the Sami can ensure that the structure remains comfortable and livable, even during the longest, coldest nights. While the lavvu is key to surviving the cold, the clothing the Sami wear is just as important. The clothing isn't just about comfort, it's about survival. The Sami wear garments made from materials designed to protect them from the elements, and they've perfected this over generations. The most important material for warmth in the Arctic is reindeer fur. The thick fur, with its dense undercoat, acts as an excellent insulator, trapping heat and keeping cold air away from the body. Reindeer fur is also naturally water resistant. In a place where snow and ice are constant threats, This quality ensures that the Sami stay dry. Wet clothing in the Arctic can lead to hypothermia, so staying dry is just as important as staying warm. Underneath the outer layer of fur, the Sami wear wool, which is another remarkable material for insulation. Wool keeps the body warm by trapping air in the fibers, and it's especially effective at wicking away moisture. Wool keeps the skin dry by drawing sweat away from the body and allowing it to evaporate. This is vital in the Arctic, where even the smallest amount of moisture can turn deadly. The Sami also use layers of clothing, and this layering system allows them to regulate their temperature. By adding or removing layers, they can adjust to the changing conditions, whether they're walking through the snow or sitting around the fire in the lavu. Layers of clothing create pockets of air between the garments, and these pockets of air act as insulation. This flexibility in layering helps to ensure that the Sami stay warm no matter what. The outer layers of Sami clothing are made from materials like wool, reindeer hide, or even seal skin. These materials are tough and durable, designed to protect the wearer from wind and snow. Sami boots, which are often made from reindeer skin or leather, are specially designed to keep the feet warm and dry, even when trudging through deep snow or crossing frozen lakes. These boots are built to last, offering both warmth and protection. It's not just about the materials, though. The Sami understand how to use their clothing to maximize warmth. For example, they wear long, loose-fitting tunics and pants that allow for freedom of movement, while also trapping air close to the body. The design of the clothing is functional, allowing them to move quickly and easily while also providing maximum insulation. While the lavu and clothing are crucial for surviving the Arctic cold, fire management is where the Sami really shine. The Sami have an intimate understanding of fire and heat, and they know how to make the most of every flame. Starting a fire in the Arctic is a challenge. The ground is often frozen, and finding dry wood is difficult. But the Sami have developed a variety of methods to make fire starting easier. They use natural materials like moss, birch bark, and dry twigs to create kindling that will catch easily. Birch bark is especially valuable as it burns even when wet. Once the fire is started, it's all about managing the heat. The Sami are experts at using small, efficient fires that provide just the right amount of heat. In the lavu, the fire burns low and slow, creating a comfortable temperature without overheating the shelter. Outside, when traveling or camping, the Sami use compact stoves that can burn for hours without requiring large amounts of fuel. These small fires are often used in combination with reflective materials to maximize their heat. Reflective stones or metal surfaces are placed around the fire to direct heat toward the people in the shelter, increasing its efficiency. Surviving in the Arctic isn't just about staying warm, it's also about finding food and resources. The Sami's traditional way of life revolves around the reindeer, which provides food, clothing, and materials for tools. The Sami are expert hunters, herders, and fishers, and they've learned how to live in harmony with the land. Reindeer are essential to the Sami way of life. These hardy animals are well adapted to the cold, with thick fur and hooves that can traverse the snow. The Sami rely on reindeer for meat, milk, and hides. Reindeer herding is a centuries-old tradition, and the Sami have developed intricate systems for managing and caring for their herds. Fishing is another vital source of sustenance. In the winter, Sami fish through holes cut into the ice, using special nets or hooks to catch fish. The ice can be several feet thick, making fishing an arduous task, but the Sami have developed tools and techniques that allow them to catch fish even in the coldest waters. In addition to hunting and fishing, the Sami also forage for wild plants, berries, and mushrooms. These foods provide essential vitamins and nutrients that help sustain them during the long, dark months of winter. The Sami people have lived in the Arctic for thousands of years, and they've developed an incredible set of skills that allow them to thrive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. From their ingenious lavu to their expertly crafted clothing, fire-starting techniques, and deep knowledge of the land, the Sami have mastered the art of survival. But the lessons we can learn from the Sami aren't just about staying warm in extreme conditions. They teach us about resilience, resourcefulness, and living in harmony with nature. In a world where technology often distances us from the natural world, the Sami remind us of the importance of connection to the land, to the animals, and to each other. Whether you're facing a winter storm, an unexpected power outage, or simply want to learn how to live more sustainably, the Sami way of life offers invaluable insights. Their survival methods aren't just about enduring the cold, they're about thriving in the face of adversity. So, the next time the temperature drops, think about the Sami. They've survived Arctic winters for generations, and they've done it with wisdom, ingenuity, and an unwavering connection to the world around them. We can all learn something from their remarkable ability to survive and even thrive, no matter how cold it gets. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for more interesting videos.